Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, the whole gambit. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. As you can see, I have done a little bit of work. As I said I was going to do offline. I've set up the storage for basic stuff, and I've done a bit of harvesting and collecting and just got the first little hut going. And my little follower is having another dance. We will look at her shortly. So this is just the basic little starter hut that I've made to make things easier. Plenty of floor space. Lovely rainstorm happening at the moment. Plenty of floor space, a couple of beds, which help for making friends. It's always good to have a nice comfy place to lay down. Plenty of places to put our machinery that we're going to require, all our tables. So the first thing I should do is go into my inventory and see what tables we can make. We've already made the carpenter's table, we need the loom, the grinder, basically everything. Each of these boxes have different things that I've made in them for the building of those tables. Some we will still need more. Now I need to look at what else is required for these tables. Probably going to need quite a bit of leather to start with. We'll get that all underway. Our loom happening. Some stone for the grinder. Get that up and running. I think for the potting table you do require a bit of clay, but I may have to go and get some more of that when the time comes. Tanning rack. We need some branches. Just grab a bunch of those. Make a tanning rack. And that will be our first three. We can put all these things back in to the containers for the time being. And go from there. Always got to remember what is what. I'm not sure if I've got a containers. Oh yes, I do there. It's always important. You need a fair few bowls and cups to feed your tribesmen once you are creating food for them. Now I might set most of these up upstairs to start with, just to keep the downstairs area clear for tribesmen. It's also important to give your tables a little bit of space. Some of them have upgrades that you will need to do at some point, but also it helps with your tribesmen working on those tables. if they're too close together, they can get trapped or trapped behind them, trapped in front, and just jammed, which generally slows down the whole process because you have to go and get them to follow you so that then they're not trapped anymore. Do a little bit of raising of our skills. So it's always handy to do a little bit more damage when you're going to plan to go and get some more people. And collecting things is always good. Crabs are fairly easy as far as raising levels go. There's so many of them, you can just raise your levels up a little bit without having to engage in dangerous combat as such. That's lovely weather. Beautiful weather. I don't mind the rain. I like the effects of it landing on the camera too. It's quite cute. Collecting more yummy meat and shell. Alright, now we'll have a look at our follower. I have a feeling she's not going to be all that great. But we'll see. The easiest way is to press I and immediately it will come up. She's clumsy. She's not horrible. Weak spot and enhanced defense. She's not horrendous. I've seen worse starters, but her blade is 122, which is not bad. Sadly, her shield is 78, so she won't get any shield bonuses really. She's okay for blade, so we will name her, and the way I normally do it is just give them a vague name. Say, let's call her Spike. And then in the remarks, I will leave myself a message that tells me that her blade is at a decent level. That means that if I do wish to keep her, or if I get other tribesmen, I can compare her and her stats without having to go and look at her immediately with a new follower. Alright, so we've done that. We've got her sorted as far as that goes. We will give her a job here very shortly. They do raise in level and get new new stats and the like when you give them jobs. Coconut crabs, yay! Oh, I missed him. Bad shot. I'll blame it on the rain. It got in my eyes. One more. yes. We will have a look at those people down there shortly. Alright, we should put all this meat and the like away and start getting our tables working for us. Go up here, we'll see what we need. We do need a fair bit of linen, leather rope. So what I can do is start the crafting off and then queue it so that there will be that many made every half an hour. I can set my person, my little friend, to do some work, and she will come up and start working on that table. There we go. Very good. Once she's finished, she will take what materials she makes and she will put them in the chests below because they have been allocated for that. They will also automatically eat out of the food chest, gather food. From there, you can set them to cooking. Every table that you have, there is the ability for a tribes member to work on that table. Oh, the rainstorm has finished. So we will see, I have allocated some points, but we have a few more that we can put into different abilities now, or survival. As I said before, I'm going to keep the original character quite level in what I raise them as, because they will be doing a number of different jobs. Strength is going to be quite important because I'll have to carry things back to the little house when I'm out and about, and it helps if your weight is up a little bit, and you can do so. So we'll go and see what we can see with these people here. I do have a feeling that they will do me damage. I probably need myself a spear before I really get involved in a fight, just so that I have a weapon that is up close. It's probably the best bet. We don't want to run into a fight with someone without being somewhat prepared. We have our bandages and the like. So we need a spear, and I think, if I remember rightly, going to the wrong tabs, of course. I think for a stone spear we need flint, rope, and a wood handle, all of which I should have. Which means that we will be able to make ourselves a spear. Now that that's underway, I will put everything back. We'll head out to see what's happening with our little friends over here. Might be gonna crab along the way. Or two, just to bring it up. Very good. Not going to waste the resources. everything that we can with us. We'll go over here and we'll try and see if we can pick a fight with one of these slightly higher level people. That'll do the job. We get ourselves away from the zone. They will come at us, fight us. So level 11. Combat's always fun. Okay. Ooh, that one hurt me a little. So what I can do is move over here a little where she's not having such an easy time on getting me, and use one of my bandages and then start back at her. Sometimes they will follow you. She's being quite nice to me at the moment. She hasn't done that much damage. Alright, so we've deterred our first friend. Pick her up and we can take her back to our little building over here. This is why I like that particular spot, because it's not far to bring them back to the beds that we have set up. Once we're there, we will bandage up her wounds and give her something to eat, and then over a period of time she will heal up and slowly the recognition will rise to the level of 500, and then we will be able to accept her into the tribe and look at her stats and see whether we wish to keep her or not. So we'll give her a bandage. We will give her some soup. They can only eat the broth or soup. I'm also going to relieve her of her stone arrows and bone arrows because I could use them. As you can see, the recognition is slowly going up. As long as you keep their health and their morale, hydration, sanity, the whole bit really up, they will tame up fairly quickly. You may have to feed them again, give them some more water, well, food, just to keep that ticking over. Alright, so we're just picking on a few more. We'll go and get ourselves another person. And put them in the other bed. Alright, let's go and do that. I don't think I can scan them as yet. I haven't really looked to see where we're up to with that. The quality assessment is what we want, but I need to be level 15 awareness to get that. So we're still slowly there. We're almost to level 15. But it doesn't stop you from getting people. You can look at them once they've tamed and see what their qualities are. But it's just helpful when you're out collecting to not have to bring home things that like people that you're not going to want to keep in the end. Oh, this guy's got claws. Lovely. She's doing a lot of damage. Now, remember what I said about when they bandaged up, sometimes they will still run at you. Lucky for me, I got the bandage up as well. And quicker than he did, I got the first strike in. So we'll pick him up and we'll take him back. I've picked up some of the larger people when I've been carrying a fair bit, and that can be quite painful because you're so slow at walking back. So I try to, when I'm deliberately going to get people, I try to make sure my inventory's very limited. So you're not walking back at a very, very, very slow pace. Right, so we'll put him in the other bed. The reason for the beds are that apparently it helps them to tame up faster than if you were to just lay them on the floor. Although I've never really tested that, so that's just going off what I've read. Alright, so he's happy and healthy. She's slowly getting her recognition. Spike is back doing nothing, sitting at the floor. So next thing is, what else do we need? We need some leather rope. We don't have a lot of leather, so at the moment I will just keep that. We have simple bandages that will be made every half an hour. So we'll get her to do the same with linen. And that means that we will have that also happening. We can make some venom, which is great once you refine it later on, for putting poison on your arrows. But they only work on these normal arrows. They don't work on the bigger arrows that you can make for your great bow or at a later stage. For some reason, they don't allow you to poison those. But that's okay. Now, I can appoint her also to doing that job when she is finished working on the other table, and that will make things faster as far as being able to go out and grind for things. Going to need a lot of feathers, a lot of shell. Didn't quite make it. That did. Too much damage though. So I will continue to hunt turkeys until I can befriend some and make them give me their feathers and eggs, because we do like free eggs. Although once they become your friends, it's not exactly free, because you have to create food for them. So it's no longer free eggs as such. And we're back again to the house. There's a lot of grinding that takes place. I've tried to alleviate a lot of that within the stream, well, within the video, to so that we can do other things. I will continue to do that sort of thing off video for the most part, just so that the videos don't become too boring and just filled with that kind of thing. Now I could go and get another person and have them lined up, ready and waiting, because no doubt we won't keep both of those new people. It's very rare to find multiple people that are good enough to keep at the same time. But you never know, we might get lucky. But I think I'll leave that for now and we'll just deal with the two that we have. How many of these have we got left? I think I'll just discard those ones and we'll go on to the better arrows now. I'll make a few of those while we're waiting. Just got to remember where everything is. Believe that that's what we need for the stone arrows. Just craft 10 time. I'd rather get onto the bone arrows as soon as possible because they do so much more damage when used. Our person, another 150 to go and we will be able to befriend them. Spike looks like she's on to the next table. She is indeed. Which is lovely. We'll have a look at our technology and see what we can start putting our points towards. We do need the potting table. The food is very important, of course. We can undo the advanced potting techniques. It doesn't give you that much, but it is required to get to the table after it. So you will have to learn some of the things that you don't want to have to learn. Next will be our animals and our traps and our food. These are very important. As is our farmland. So we will learn these ones. Still need to get to that level of 15 awareness strength to be able to unlock the well, but we are living very close to the water, so it's not that important. We can get to bone weapons. This is wonderful. I don't want to open them all up just yet. We will just open a few. We're still a little ways off from getting the next level of armor. Now, much closer. The next table that we really will need is going, well, I mean, we need the craftsman's bench for tools. But there are other benches that we require also that do more important jobs than just the tools. The potting table is important. It does mean that we will have to go and get clay. And that will be in an area unless I go back to the beginner zone, it will be in an area where we run the risk of being attacked by larger animals. We can make the cooking stove, however. So I believe it's stone. What was the other thing? I should have taken this. Should have got it in the branches. So the cooking stove can be made, which means now we don't have to worry too much. We can set someone on to making food every now and then, so that we don't run out of food to feed the populace. Put all these back now that it's been made. We've got anything in the way of water jars, so I will have to make water jars so that the table has the ability to have water in it. And feathers. Trying to remember what table is for what. Can be a bit annoying at times. Just put the meat in here. Keep that on us because it does require fuel to run it, so we'll keep sticks on us so that we can just have food in there. As you can see, now we have the foods available to make for the animals and basic food for our friends that join the tribe. And we can now recruit her. So, let's have a look at our second barbarian. Oh, she has a devious heart. So if she betrays the tribe, she will take away 2 tribesmen with low recognition with her. For that reason, and that reason alone, I will not keep her in the tribe. She could have the best stats that you have ever seen, and I will not keep her. Because if you're off doing something and for some reason she gets upset, she will take other members of your tribe with her when she leaves. So we will dismiss her and hope for the best with the next one. And also we can now go and get ourselves another member to try. I do tend to be quite fussy with the tribesmen I keep. It's just not worth having a bad one that may cause issues later on. So we should have another person here. There they are. And I still haven't equipped my arrows to the bow. Good fight. To come out here and do the same again, hopefully. Now I might do something that I like to do on the odd occasion, which is preemptive bandaging. Just so that if they do a fair bit of damage to me, I am ready for it. And I'm already healing. Oh, I don't want to kill him, and that would do so if I hit him now. So I don't want to do that, because we want to have a look at this young man. See if he would be happy to join our tribe. So I'll take this young man home, do the same as we did with the last two. Feed them, bandage them, whisper bedtime stories to them so that they sleep well, and hopefully they will have good stats for us. No guarantees. We don't want those arrows, so they will eventually despawn. I'm not sure what I have that rate set on, but they will eventually go away. Alright, put him in bed, give him a bandage and a meal. Go and check on our other little friend over here. Now see, his sanity has gone down a little, his hydration is down a little. He's still slowly gaining. He's just gaining a bit slower than the other tribes member did. This one will take a little bit longer. I could give him another health patch actually, because it seems he's a little bit weaker, which may not be great. May be an indication that he's it's not going to be fantastic, but we will see. Now, we've got roasted corn. We don't want to use all our roasted corn, but we can just set them to making some basic meat for our consumption. Let's go over this way. Don't want to go up there, as I said before. There is an ancient ruins there, which is guarded by 3 dogs. And at the moment, we are not really of a high enough level to deal with that. There is a possibility over here. There is also things that we are not really ready to deal with, but give it a go. It was not the dogs that I'm worried about, by the way. Up our weapons again. Hopefully get back into sneak and just make sure nothing is around. They tend to be. Alright, got all the stuff that we could get from them. Go for a sneak over this way. Never know what you're going to see. It's all you do. You get very used to what animals are spawned in what areas and if you can avoid them or not. Can't avoid all of them, however. They will jump out and grab you because they do have a track where they walk around and do damage, hunt things, hunt each other, hunt you. We're making our way across to the scout camp. It's just over here because this needs to be opened up so that we can see the area around us because, as I said before, we are in an area that is, until we open the scout camp up, covered, and you can't see anything. So I want to have a look and see what level these guys are here. We should be able to deal with them. So we don't want to pull the scout out as yet. We want the scout's friend. I need to make sure which side of the fire they are on. It's good, they're right there. Whoops. They always forget, don't they? Right, so that one will come out to us. Can engage them away from the scout so that they don't pull the scout. The one thing that will pull this scout is that most of these guys have a pet. I think this one's a dog, if I remember rightly. Yes, it is. And that dog will run at you and do damage. Also, I scout, not the dog. Joys. Right, so we got rid of that. We don't want to hurt her. We don't want to kill her. Because if we do that, you've just simply got to wait around forever for them to... She's resetting for some reason. They have a lower rate of being able to be deterred, or a higher rate, because you can't keep those ones. Scouts cannot be deterred. It's only normal tribesmen. Plunderers can't be deterred. Just your basic barbarians, outcasts, or tribesmen. We'll take everything that is in her little chest. We will find her little pet. Wherever I wish to do that. Obtain that, and then I will show you the map. So you can see what they had. Just take everything at the moment. So now our second part of the map has opened up, and as you can see, in comparison to the size of the map that we have to explore, it's a very small area, but it's an important area because it gives you so many things, access to so many things. You have the barbarian barracks up there, which is a brilliant spot for getting tribesmen and for getting craftsmen that are specifically for your tables and doing jobs around the place. There's the start of the different pits, your tin. There are more of those over this way. You have copper as well. The ancient ruins. This is your first decent sized mini boss, I would say. And he can be a bit of fun to take on, or her. I think it's a he at that particular bay, at that particular spot. There is also 2 mini bosses within each of the barracks at least. Sometimes there's more as you get higher, but in this particular area there are 2 in every part of the lower areas. You'll have a chief and then you'll have a leader. Now we'll have to sneak our way back. Collect a few more of those pretty flowers. Those things, they are parrots, and you can befriend them if you want to torture yourself. Parrots these parrots in particular are never quiet. Never. They constantly scream things out. So in various other games that I've played, there has been a rule of thumb that all flappy things must die. I tend to feel the same way about the parrots in this game. They are annoying, they are obnoxious, and eventually they will give you a headache, even if they are cute. Now that is what we are trying to avoid down there. Against the rocks there, stalking back and forth, is a jaguar. Not sure what level that jaguar is, but if we can avoid the fight just for the moment, that would be great. Just in case we can't, I better bandage. There are a number of jaguars just in this area, but that one is the closest, I think, other than the one that is over there near the ruins. There is another jaguar over there with the 3 puppies. It looks like we've managed to avoid him, so that's great. Get up and run now. Sometimes they will aggro and they will chase you down onto the beach. The jaguars especially seem to follow you a fair way. So we've got our map open, which is a great thing. As you find, like some spots on the map obviously are hidden and they only open up when you explore and you find them. Like ancient ruins, elite animals, all those sorts of things will open up as you come across them. Let's have a look at our second chance at a recruit. Oh dear. 4 health. Not very sturdy against blunt attacks. That's not much good. Weak attack, so he's useless himself and has no load, so he's not good for carrying. And he doesn't, so he smells. He dislikes baths. That's not good. That's not a good look. His proficiencies, he does have a hammer of 120, which is good, but I am not willing to take the fact that he is weak in other areas over that particular stat, so we will not be keeping him either. All these people that just turn up for a free feed, I don't know. He's still happily sleeping. He's got a little bit to go, so we'll go and see if we can get ourselves another one. These guys do respawn once a day, but given the time we started taking these guys, they shouldn't respawn until later on in the evening, but they've respawned. At least one of them has. The first one. Oh yes, it was during the day that I took the first one, wasn't it? Alright, so we'll pick a fight with this one. You should do that. Get behind our little rock here. Yep, that's perfect. A little bit of cover to bandage and go visit her. Hello, young lady. Would you like to join my tribe? It's free feeds. You can eat as much as you like. You will, whoa, make friends and influence people, and we're running away. Because if I can avoid dying, that would be great. But I think she's going to get me. If I move, she will kill me like that. Lucky for me, my respawn point is very close. So, well, it had to happen at some stage. We had to die at some stage. So we will respawn at the fire. Oh, look. Like I said, it's not that much of an inconvenience because I have got it set, given that I am playing on my own, for my death package to come with me. So I don't have to lose everything that I've worked so hard to create. Alright, so we're back at it, and we'll go back and try that again, shall we? She must have got a crit on me, which is lovely. Maybe she's pretty good with the bow and arrow, maybe. Be nice. And now her friend is back over there as well. We will pick the fight again, hopefully. Might do a little bit more damage to her if we can. Before we swap to our shield. That. Drag her out here a little bit more. If we can do so. It should work. She comes. So I don't really want to get into a fight with the other guy at the same time. Ah, I know why she's hurting so much. She is probably quite high with the claws. So, need to make sure we do something about that. She's not giving me time to heal, so need to get out of her line of sight. Heal up. And we might just play a little bit of chicken with her. Just to bring her down a little. Whoop. Here she comes again. So we want to run away from that. Just bring that up in case. Fight her by backing away from her, I think. Might be the best bet. So I don't want to kill her. If she's that good, she might be worthwhile keeping. So there we go, we got her. Let's hope that she's got the skills, I hope. Generally, when you're watching these people fight you, if they show a skill, that is a skill that they will have, especially later on. If they've got special bow skills, or they do special moves, generally they will actually have that when they become your tribes member. You've just got to hope that they've got, you know, the personality as such to match those skills. And if they haven't, then it's a bit of a shame, but I generally don't keep them anyway. Alright, let's have a look at this young man. And here's another one that is not great. So, poor melee in combat, poor health, slow reload, stress response, aversion to sourced meat. I actually had one that said aversion to sourced meat, and then another one that said liked sourced meat. So it was a rather strange roll. I don't think this young man is going to be worthwhile keeping. Does have a bow of 124, which is great. It's only one off the max, but with all those downsides, I don't think we will be keeping him at all. Such a shame. But That's how it goes. Dismiss. And we have the hope that she will be alright, so we best feed her and give her a chance to be our friend. I'll sure I'll have to get some more food. We need water for that, unfortunately. So we'll have to give her some mushroom soup. She will eat it. That's not a problem. Any of this, and you've got to be careful doing that if you don't hold it down long enough. She should wake up at some stage fairly shortly. And we can hope that she's a lot better. Well, I mean, for the day, we've done a little bit. We've managed to at least start looking at new tribes members. We have the hope of a new one there with hopefully better stats than the ones that have previously been released from service. We have our young lady here doing all the jobs on her own. She's so overworked. She definitely needs a friend or two to give her a hand. She's not getting much of a chance to sit by the fire and relax and eat. We have our building started. We have opened the map. So I think that's a good start. So thank you for watching. If you happen to like the video, please put a like on the video, share, subscribe, all the YouTubey things. It'd help me out. Thanks heaps. Bye for now.